Hello, everybody. Welcome to Episode 7 of the 0B0T podcast. I'm your host, Super Silver 230, and today we have a very special guest here, Jack on the Craft. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm very good. So, before
All
we
right.
start, I wanna ask you, what would you like me to call you during this interview, dude?
You could just call me Jack. I mean, that's what everybody just calls me. You don't have to say my whole name the whole time.
All right, then, yeah. So, the first question I'm gonna ask you, I'm gonna start off with the basic questions, then we'll get into the more
All right, all
personal
right.
ones. So,
Yeah.
how did you find Zero B?
Well, so it's kind of a long story. Um, one of the reasons was like most people, I was watching Fitz channel. So that is one of the reasons. And I was thinking to myself, man, a server that never resets, that has the same map. I wanna play on this server or a server like this. So at the time, I didn't have a computer that could run Minecraft. So I was playing on Bedrock on my PlayStation
Oh, I feel
with
that.
one of my friends, the Overlord 3093. And I asked him, I was like, hey, you ever heard of this server called 2B2T? And he's like, oh my gosh, Jack, my cousin, the Destroyer, he's like, he played on 2B. Like he played during the Russia War. He was a part of Team Veteran. And I'm like, oh damn, I had no idea about all this stuff. So, um, yeah, he's telling me all this stuff. He's like, yeah, he used to bring his laptop that he would play it on over to my house and just play 2B and show me what was going on. And he also, like I said, his username is the Destroyer 1290, and he joined Zero B like on one of his other alts that I don't think he has access to anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But he was like a part of the Highway Workers Union on
Yeah.
Zero B back in like the old days,
Well, that's pretty
like when
cool.
in 2016. Um, so he's and actually like I said, my friend he'd known about Zero B for all this time, even though he never played on it. So yeah, my friend the Destroyer has been playing on Zero B for a while now. Um, but yeah, that and then once I got a computer that could handle Minecraft, me and the Overlord joined and uh, created a few bases, and here we are today. Now I'm doing this interview with you.
That's pretty cool. Thank you for actually being in depth, bro. People are always just like, I just found it on the FitMC video and I joined.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
dude,
yeah.
that's
No,
smart.
yeah.
No.
To be honest, I thought about like asking my friend. I'm like, yeah. I was expecting him to not know what 2B2T was at all because I'm like, I'd never heard of it until I saw Fitz videos, and I'm like, damn, this is sick. And then I ask him, he goes, "Oh yeah, my cousin plays on that." I'm like, "What the hell? Come on, what are the chances of this?" So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's crazy how many people play Tubi. I've met people at my school that know about it, and then I'm like, yeah,
yeah,
I played on it before. They're like, what? That's funny that you say that you play on Bedrock first, cause that was literally me. I found out about Tubi, and I was like, dang, I want to play so bad.
yeah.
And
And that's actually what my first few videos on my channel are. It's a long story that I'm not gonna get into, but like my first few videos on my channel are just me fucking screen recording my iPad that I was playing on. I was playing with a controller, so so people would think I was playing like on my PlayStation or something. I was playing on that because it was easier to play. It was easier to record on than my PlayStation, so that's why they're like largely like unedited and just like horrible like quality. Like the quality of the videos is horrible. I don't have a mic. It's really bad. But yeah, that's what I was playing on
That's pretty
on
smart.
Bedrock primarily.
Yeah, I would like grief my own world. Like I would make a copy of it and I'd grief it and I'd be like, man, I want to do this one day on a real server.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, then let's go on to the next question. So,
All right.
would you say that like on Zero B or on Anarchy, do you have a best friend on here?
Yes. Yes, I would say that. So, um, I have a few.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my the people I would consider my best friends on Anarchy, um, would have to be the Overlord 3093. Um, the Destroyer is one of them, but he's like he. I mean, yes, he's in our group, but like he is always like at spawn, like griefing spawn as he calls it, where he's really just planting trees or like planting crops at spawn. He's like, I'm gonna go grief spawn, Jack. I'm like, all right, go grief spawn. And so my best friends I'd have to say are the Overlord, Joe Nathan YT.
I know him.
Um, yeah, that's a shout out to his channel. It's very dumb. He uploads a lot of like very stupid music. Um, he has a. Do you know who Cyrax is?
Cyrax. I think I've heard the name before.
Okay, so he has an alt channel called the Real Cyrax. I mean, this is completely off topic, but he's an alt channel called the Real Cyrax. And so there's this guy. He was like, I think he's related somehow to Chris Chan,
Hmm.
and his name's Cyrax. And every like month or so, Joe Nathan tells me he deletes his channel and says, "Oh, it's because you people were harassing me, and and like this is ridiculous. I'm never coming back to YouTube again." And then he deletes the channel, and a week later, he creates another one. It says, "Oh yeah, guys, after my long hiatus, I'm finally back on YouTube." And so Joe Nathan has a separate channel called the Real Cyrax, the actual Cyrax. His channel is his channel name never has anything to do with the name Cyrax.
Hmm.
So Joe Nathan created this channel with the name The Real Cyrax, and basically he goes into his live streams and spams, "Oh yeah, I'm the real Cyrax. This guy live streaming is an imposter," and everybody in the chat goes along with it because they absolutely hate Cyrax, and he gets so pissed off, and it's funny, but he's another one of my best friends, and I'd have to say Dirty Fox and Meaver are my other two.
That's sick. All right then, and
Yeah.
you have a lot of friends. So,
Yep.
what's your best memory on Zero B with them, or just alone?
Oh man. So that's a tough one. So um I'd have to say my best memory on Zero B. Oh, what would that be? Oh man, this really is a tough one. Uh, I mean, because I haven't been playing for all that long. Well, compared to some people, I'm relatively new to the server, but um, I have to say it was meeting Dirty Fox and Meaver for the first time would be one of the best memories on Zero B. For me, anyways. Another would be building my first base.
Hmm.
That's a good one. That one I'll get into later.
Yeah. So that's what. Those are the two that you would say those are your best memories.
Yeah, yeah, I'd say those were.
All right, then that's pretty cool.
That
Um,
and finding out that Dirty Fox is a huge Metallica fan, because I am as well.
no, that's pretty cool. It's nice to find people on Zero B that aren't just into like funk music and stuff.
Oh yeah, I have the first 5 albums on vinyl.
Oh, that's actually sick. You collect vinyl or
Yeah,
you just Metallica?
yeah, I have a few. I have Kill 'Em All through the Black album, and then I have Van Halen's 1984, and then I just got today Aerosmith's Legacy uh,
Oh
album.
yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, except my turntable's fucked. It needs a new needle, and then one
Oh
of like
yeah,
the turntable rotors is disintegrated, and so I need a new one.
damn, that sucks, dude.
Yeah, yeah. So those like yeah, off topic again.
Yeah,
Sorry,
whatever, it doesn't
I get
matter.
very off topic, but yeah, those are my best memories. Those two.
All right, then do you wanna tell me about your group? I know you have a group, so you wanna tell me the history of your group?
Yeah, so that's also a long one. So my group is called the Republic of Azenkov. You guys have probably never heard of it. Because we tend to keep to ourselves. I mean, maybe you have, because occasionally I'll go down to spawn because I'm bored and have nothing else to do, and I'll just put the banners around spawn. I log in the next day going down to spawn, they're gone. Um, So yeah, you probably never heard of us. I actually have a banner on me right now for
Place
as a
it
gift for
down.
you. There it is. I don't
That's
know if the
sick.
camera can see it
Yeah,
though.
they can see it.
Here, I'll
You know,
fix it. I'll
put it
fix
put
it.
it in between the lanterns, in between the middle
The
lanterns.
lanterns. Oh, right here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There we
Yeah,
go.
there it is. There you go.
I'll keep that
Yeah, I
there.
wanted to. I brought that as a gift for you
It'll stay in the
because I
interview
wanted my,
room.
I wanted my, yeah, I wanted my interview to have an unprecedented few things. So
Hmm.
that being one of them.
That's
So
pretty
yeah,
cool.
so
Thank you.
yeah, no problem. So yeah, my group's called the Republic of Azenkov, and we were founded actually the day um, our first base was griefed. Sorry,
Hmm.
and so we weren't called the Republic of Azenkov. Originally, I was staying at a base that Joe Nathan and the destroyer uh, had. It was literally 800 blocks off of the Southern Canal, but it was a million blocks down the Southern Canal, and then it was 800 blocks east. So we were like right on the highway,
Yeah.
essentially, and it survived about 2 years before I joined. So it was created around 2019, maybe early 2020, and then lasted till February 27th, 2022.
Hmm.
When actually it was Shiv that griefed it.
Shiv?
Yeah,
No
Shiv griefed it.
way.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't know if he remembers this, but Joe Nathan and I certainly do. Um so some guy took Shiv's username,
Oh
and
yeah. I
so
got
he was helping us out. The guy that stole Shiv's username, he was helping us out. He was at the base duping a shit ton of kits um for us. And so at that point Shiv had changed his name to Lafinka,
you. Hmm.
and I'm laughing thinking about this. That and I have to cough really bad. Um, I don't know why. But anyway, so he tells us in chat, he's like, oh my gosh.
Take a second, man.
All right. So he's telling us in chat, he goes, no, I'm the real Shiv. I don't know who this guy you've been hanging around, but he's not Shiv, he's the fake Shiv. I'm the real Shiv.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this is Shiv. We'll just TP him to the base. I mean, we're like I'm like I said, this is like within my first 2 months of playing Anarchy because I actually joined on the day I got my laptop. I got it on Christmas actually.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, I need some water.
If you want, we could take
But
a break. You can go get some water.
yeah, bro, I gotta go get some water.
All right. No.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
All right. Go for it.
Take me like 2 seconds. All right, sorry, I'm back. I spent all like afternoon cutting grass, and
You're good,
I
dude.
was weed whacking a shit ton of stuff like shot down my throat. It was horrible.
All right then. You felt
So, so anyway, what was I talking about?
Shiv.
Oh yeah, Shiv Grief and the base. So the base was called Evan Nation, and
Pretty cool name.
basic yeah, it was named after the destroyer's one of his alts,
Oh.
and so we TP Shiv to the base, and he just starts placing down TNT withers everywhere. Like it's basically coming out of his ass at this point, and
Interesting.
and so, yeah,
Wait.
and so we're trying to fight back, and I mean obviously Um, Joe Nathan and I are running fucking Impact client. Um, and I think Joe Nathan still uses Impact.
Yeah.
And so we're trying to kill him using shitty ass client. He's like flying around the base, placing withers. We got him onto the ground somehow, and at the time, I was using Impact. Joe Nathan didn't trust any hack clients at the time, so
Of
he's running
course.
vanilla. And he pulls out a sword and starts meleeing Shiv and kills him.
No
And so
way.
yeah, no, I'm dead ass. And so we had Shiv in the Discord server. He joins the VC with us and he goes, "Hey, you guys don't trust people on Anarchy." And then Joe Nathan's like, "Fuck off, bitch!" And he's like, "Jack, ban him from the server." So yeah, that's my whole like rant about that first base. So
Yeah.
yeah, that got griefed February 27th. The same day we traveled out maybe 100K in the overworld to a village, and we, like I said, group's name is Republic of Azenkov. So for the base,
Mm.
genius original name for the base, Azenkov City.
Oh wow.
Like the most original name you've ever heard of in Minecraft base naming.
Oh, yo.
And so, um, uh, yeah, so it was named Azenkov City. It lasted till November 9th was the day it was griefed. I remember because I was in school. And I'll get into this a bit later, but I go up to my locker because at my school they really didn't want you to have your phones on you.
Mhm.
So I have it in my locker, and I pull up and open my locker, and there's like 80 missed texts, and then like four missed phone calls from Joe Nathan saying like, Jack the base got griefed. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? You
No.
got hold on, calm down, calm down. You got to explain. And I'll get into that later, but after that was griefed. A few days later, I don't remember the date. I remember the dates of the first two bases being griefed and
Mhm.
the Azenkov city being built. I don't remember the days that this next base, which also very original name, the base after Azenkov City was New Azenkov City.
Wow.
Also really original name.
Genius.
I know. And so um yeah, I don't remember what day that was founded. But recently, about like maybe 2 months ago, I get home, pull up Discord on my computer, and there's this one guy that was in our group for a bit. I met on 2B, and he was a really chill dude. Um, he had stayed at the base. He got bored one day, decided to log on, and he said whenever he logged on, there were 8 tracers that popped up across the base, and he 8v1 these people and won. He killed 6 of them, and then the other two uh, TPA'd away from the base.
No
Um,
way.
yeah, I don't know how he did it. To be fair, he ran on this god PC and was running like 4 different clients at the same time. Um, yeah, so he was crazy. He was a funny dude. I haven't talked to him in a while, but yeah, New As in Cuff City was griefed, and then recently we just started another base, which I was just at before I came here.
Mhm.
Uh, which this one actually is an original name, kind of like Evan Nation.
Mhm.
We're calling it the Doldrums,
Oh,
and
that's pretty cool.
we just started. Yeah, we just and it's unlike Azenkov and Evan Nation. This is an actual word like that you can find in the dictionary. I'm fairly certain.
Yeah.
Joe Nathan told me its definition is the eye of the storm in nautical terms.
Oh,
I'm
that's
like, oh,
pretty
that's pretty
cool.
cool.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah, because
sick base name.
whenever he, whenever he thought of the name, this was right. This was when Elstag had just joined back on Zero B after like being gone for a while. He's like, oh shit, Elstag's back on. Something must be brewing. Some shit's about to go down.
Mhm.
He said, this is the fucking doldrums right now, Jack.
Mhm.
He's like, oh, we should call the next base this. So, um, yeah, so that's basically the base history of the Republic of Azenkov.
Pretty
Pretty
cool.
interesting. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and like I said, there's a bunch of like controversy um, behind the grief of the original Azenkov City or Old Azenkov City, as we sometimes refer
Mhm.
to it as. Which I do have, like I told you before, I do have permission to talk about it. Um,
Yeah, we need to
So
get into that. You want to
yeah,
do that
we'll
now?
get into
You
that.
want
We can if later if I mean if you want to do it now we can, but I
uh
don't know if you want to ask a few more questions first.
let me see. Um I was going to ask a question, but I forgot what I was going to ask. Oh, what theme are your guys' bases mainly? Do you guys have a theme that you like stick to, or do you just build?
So kind of just build. Now Azenkoff City was by far our largest base. I might send you a the world download if you
Yeah, I'd like
want
to
it. Is
check
it
that
okay if
out.
Pixelated Braden comes? Just send me TPA.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Hey, what's up?
What's up? How's it going?
Where's the camera
Um,
usually pointed? Is it like right here?
It's where the
yeah, it's
TNT
right there.
is.
Hello, bitches.
I get out of the camera. Go sit down next to Jack on the craft.
All right, sorry. Um, so yeah, the theme basically just random. We had. I'm actually working on a video now. Currently, it's a history of the base.
Oh, that's cool.
Um, yeah, it's taken me a while because I don't have any alts at the base, so I'm manually traveling out now, using one of my alts, and yeah, once I get there, I should get footage of the base after it was griefed, and uh, then I can upload the video. But it's pretty much done.
Hmm.
Um, yeah,
That's
but
cool, dude.
yeah. So yeah, the theme just random. Basically, we did try to stick with a theme for New Azenkoff City, and it was like a Viking theme, and it looked really cool. Like, I don't unfortunately, I have shit tons of screenshots of old Azenkoff City, but I have absolutely zero. What the hell?
Oh no.
I have absolutely zero screenshots of new Azenkoff City. Um, yeah, absolutely
Damn.
zero screenshots of new Azenkoff City, but I have a shit ton of old Azenkoff City. Um, but we had this like circular like hole, which we called the glory hole.
Oh.
Uh, in the in the main
It's kind of
in the
sus.
main like yeah in the main space like area of the base. Um, And so Joe Nathan has a history of building these like giant lava cast towers, which he calls the obelisk. And he's gonna build one at Doldrums, and it's gonna be the fourth one. It's a tradition he's held since Evan Nation, and he yeah. So this one was in the middle of the glory hole, and we had like a bunch of like Viking houses surrounding it, and they looked really cool. And then he was working on this giant cathedral, and that was looking awesome. The yeah, the exterior, can't talk today. Exterior was completely finished. Just
Hmm.
needed minor detailing, but the interior literally had like nothing done. Nothing was finished
Damn.
in the interior. But yeah. So that's basically what the
That's pretty
theme
cool.
was.
Your
Yeah.
new. Whoa. What? I just blanked out. My bad. All right. Let's get on. You were telling me before this interview that you're involved in some illegals controversy, like
Yes. Yes.
with illegal
So
items. You want to tell me about that?
yeah. So like I said, I have permission from Franzak to talk about this because I wasn't sure if he would want me to talk about this. So um, fuck just happened? My Discord just got all like grayed out. That was weird.
Oh, I
Um.
see.
Anyway. Anyway. That's besides the point. Um. Uh. So the drama that happened was with the Unbreakable Elytra.
Oh yeah.
That's the shit that went down with like my base primarily. Um, like I said, Dirty Fox and Meaver's base Curiosity was semi involved with that. They actually renamed their group to Curiosity from Team Fox after that base, but yeah, it's involved with that to a lesser extent. So I'm not sure how familiar you are with the player by the name of Iwu.
I will. I yeah. I know them.
Yeah, so in the days of Evan Nation, his original account, which his original account name was Iwu, like the three letter name.
Yeah, I talked to
Like
him
he didn't
before.
have any, yeah, he didn't have any underscores in it. Um, it got log 4 Jade, and so
Damn.
he didn't have it anymore. But he created an alt, well, which became his main, and its username was Acidity.
Yeah.
And I think it's back to being Acidity now, but he had a tendency of just changing the username just randomly and for no apparent reason. So like it was constantly going through different changes.
Mm.
Um, but so he told me, he's like, hey, can I like I said, this was within the first month of me joining Zero B, so it was still December, early January. And he's like, hey, can I come to your base? I really am pretty bored. I have nothing to do. Can I just come to your base? I was like, okay, if I don't tell Joe Nathan and the Destroyer, maybe I can TP because I was the only one online at the time. Maybe
Yeah.
I can TP him to the base and just blame it on, oh, he was just exploring, and since we're so damn close to the highway, he found the base. So I TP'd there, and the excuse worked great, and they bought it. They still don't know this, so if they watch this video, they'll find out. Um, and so, uh, but he didn't grief it. He actually liked the base. The Evan Nation base was tiny though. The whole base fit on one map, like one singular map. So it was tiny. But he actually really liked it, and so he got bored. He was friends with a player known as Fader Smasher. I don't know if you know him. They ran the Diamond Outpost. I'm not
I'm
sure
not
how,
sure.
how
Yeah.
familiar you are with that base. So we got a shit ton of like building kits, and that's still where we had my yeah, Jesus,
You're
can't
good.
talk. That's still where a lot of the kits that the Republic of Azenkov has come from. Like they come from the Diamond Outpost, even though that base has been griefed since right before Azenkov was.
Yeah.
So he quit Zero B, said, "Oh yeah, this server's dead. This server sucks. I'm never coming back. It's dead." He leaves. Like I'm like, okay. Evan Nation gets griefed by Shiv. We move, make Azenkov City, and then uh it's peaceful. We meet Dirty Fox and Meaver. They take us to Curiosity, their base, which the video you watched, that was 34-minute one,
Yeah.
where it was as it says in the title, attempted base tour. I had the retards with me, so not much base touring got done. Um, and so, yeah, so we met them, and then in October, I think that's what I have in my video, because I have like the whole timeline of events that went down with this shit in my video that I'm making. And I think it was October. Um, yeah, it was October. Iwu joins back, and he starts DMing me. He's like, "Oh, yo, what's up? I'm back on Zero B because I heard the Diamond Outpost got griefed." I'm
Oh.
like, really? Because Joe Nathan kept an alt there. He didn't grief it, but turns out somebody had found it and used Amrit's kitbot um, at the base, and then he obviously used the coordinates to go and grief it.
Bruh.
Because according to Iwu, he and Amrit were not on the best of terms. Um, so Amrit went and griefed him. Oh shit! I skipped over a whole big ass part of like a shit ton of stuff I was involved in. I forgot to tell you. I was involved with. I don't know if you a player known as Brimgrace. But he was
Yeah.
some like 8 year old. You know him?
Yeah. Yeah.
He was that 8-year-old little kid that joined the server and started shit talking Amrit, telling him that he was gonna go grief his base and that he has coordinates.
Yeah.
So Joe Nate, he and Dirty Fox hated one another. And since we were friends with Dirty Fox, we hated Brimgrace. So Joe Nathan, and he was like 12 years old. So Joe Nathan and I inside his group like that. And so like we leaked his coordinates. We had like this whole invasion and like grief plan set up. And then Alpha Silk learned the coordinates, went there and griefed it before we could strike. And then he left for a while. But that's basically that whole
That's funny, bro. I remember that
story.
guy. Everybody hated him, dude.
Yeah.
And he would always DM me. He would always DM me like, "Yo, we're friends, right?" And I'd be like, "No."
Yeah, but going back to shit with um just talking about Grief in the Diamond Outpost reminded me of Brim Grace's bullshit.
Yeah.
And that was funny. Um, but yeah, so I was like, "Oh, I'm homeless. Can I stay with you guys?" And we're like, "Okay." He was at the first base. He didn't grief it. Okay, we'll let him in. So by this point, been playing on a while. We stopped trusting everybody except for Dirty Fox because we had mutually assured destruction. And I know I'm rambling on here, but we mutually assured destruction because we knew the location of their base, they knew the location of ours. So if they griefed us, we'd leak their coordinates and go grief them. If we griefed them, they had our coordinates, they'd leak us and go destroy us.
Yeah.
Um, so that's how we kept it in check, and I'm still good friends with them to this day. That's why I said they're one of my best friend. They're two of my best friends on Zero B.
Mhm.
Um, and so uh, what happened was, um, so we let him stay there, and then Joe Nathan's like, "Oh yeah, Iwu, I think you and Dirty Fox would have a lot in common." And so we introduced them, and then so I was now in Azenkoff and Curiosity, and so it's like this whole thing. He starts building at Azenkoff City, starts building at this point in like early November, I get a DM from Dirty Fox saying like, "Oh, can you come take a world download of the base?" Like, yeah, why? He's like, I don't know. I just have a strange feeling that I want you to, how to take a world download, right? I'm like, yeah.
Mhm.
So I take a world download for him. He builds like one other thing, so the world download I have is not up to date. But then it gets grief 2 days later.
Oh man.
Yeah. And so I do my video and I want to see, hold on, let me pull up my video. Um let me check cuz it was literally right after my video released. So it was, hold on, let me click cuz I don't have the exact date written down here. November 7th.
Mhm.
So 2 days after I released that video, Azenkoff gets griefed. And so this is where the bullshit really like happens. Like this is where the shit hits the fan. So it turns out you know who Future 5 is, right?
No. Not.
Okay. So I really don't know him personally. So it turns out he hated Iwu.
Oh, of
And
course.
so I don't know if you he didn't have any problems with us. So I don't know if you like really uh talked to Iwu a whole lot, but he he every time he'd join a VC, he'd instantly start sharing his screen. So he was in a VC with Future 5, swapping between because that after Curiosity got griefed, I really shouldn't say this, but uh 30 Fox moved out to the end.
Yeah.
I don't know where in the end, but he moved out to the end like very, very far. Like I probably would get bored before I got to his base. I don't even know the chords right now. Um, so he's swapping between these two bases, building at both while he's in a VC with Future 5, and he's screen sharing
Bruh.
both the bases. And while he's at both these bases, he presses F3 and leaks the coordinates to Future 5.
Why?
I know, that's what I'm saying. So then Future 5 comes and griefs Azenkoff. He didn't feel like going out to Dirty Fox's end base because it was so damn far. Um, and so then that's whenever I said Joe Nathan. He has, and this is in my video. He has this dream. Okay, he wakes up in the middle of the night and has this dream that the base is getting griefed, and um, he says this is true. I'll believe him for now, because I mean, who am I to tell him that he's wrong? He had a dream, so Hey, I'll give it to him. So he said he woke up in the middle of the night having a dream that the base got griefed. He goes back to sleep, wakes up at 8:30 in the morning, and then logs on. And while he's on, the base is in the middle of being griefed.
No way.
And yeah, so then he flies around, and the he left me a voicemail which I'm including in my video. But he said I'm including the whole thing because it's just it's really weird because this is the only part that I know about the grief because he was on during the grief. I was at school. Um, and so he sends me this, and he's like, "Yeah, so I'm flying around the base, and the whole thing's destroyed. It's fucking nuked. Everything's gone. All the chests are gone.
Oh my
We're
god.
moving. We're moving. It's all Iwu's fault or something like that. I don't remember what he said, but yeah, he's like, it's all Iwu's fault. Yeah, we're moving. There's nothing left for us as and Koff. So I'm flying around to go over to our storage facility, and it's a crater. There's no chests left. And then
No.
I fly over to Citadel. The chests under there were okay, but then I hear cobblestone breaking behind me, and then I die. Because he
Bruh.
told me he's flying around. He's flying around willy-nilly, taking like kinetic energy damage from like all over the base. And so he lands at the Citadel that I built, which was like a shitty like cobblestone castle. Um, and he's checking the chests under there, and he hears cobblestone break behind him, and he dies. He respawns in the penthouse of his obelisk, and he hears TNT coming up the obelisk. He logs out, logs back in. He's bed trapped. He's like,
No.
"Oh, that pisses me off, bro." I'm like, "Jesus, calm down." Um, he's like, "No, this is pissing me off." So then Dirty Fox is like asking around for us because Joe Nathan had to go to work. Or maybe it was school at that time. Um, but yeah, either had to go to work or school. I was in school, and so Dirty Fox is like asking around in public chat who griefed Azenkoff, and so Future Five DMs him saying, "Oh yeah, I was in uh a Discord VC with Iwu, and he leaked the coordinates to this base." He's
Yeah.
like, "Was it Azenkoff?" He goes, "I think it was. I actually think I still have the DMs from Fox. I'll find them later and send them to you if you want them."
Yeah.
But he's like, "Yeah, he pressed F3, and so then we confront Iwu about on this, and he's like, "What? What are you talking about? I didn't do this. This is a whole setup. Like you leaked your base coordinates." I'm like, "Dog, I didn't
What?
leak my base coordinates. Why would I do that?" And so he's like, "In your video, Jack, it's all your fault." It's like, because in that video, I don't know if you got that far because of like the like complete autism of that video I made.
Mhm.
Um, I do show a map of Azenkoff, like the 34-minute one. I show a map of Azenkoff. It wasn't a completely updated map, but at the time it was. Um, and so that was in the video. And for some reason, on the world download we were touring, no maps saved but the Azenkoff one, which was weird. And so I show it. I'm like, "Oh yeah, this is our base, Azenkoff." And so, which was probably a mistake to show that to begin with, but that's not how the coordinates got leaked. It was
Mhm.
Iwu. And so he's like, "No, it was the map you leaked in your video." I'm like, "Dog, you can't leak base coordinates from a map." And Elstag's backing me up. He's like, "Yeah, of coordinate exploit. Uh, I've used coordinate exploits before. You need height." It's like, "No, no, you can do it with a map." And so he's getting all defensive, and like we're asking him, like we're telling him, "All right, we're not blaming the grief," because he kept saying, "Oh yeah, you're telling me that I grief the base. I was with my girlfriend the whole time. My computer was just on. I was baritone mining." Um, he's like, "I didn't even grief the base." We're like, "We didn't say you did. We just said you leaked the coordinates." I said, "No, I didn't leak shit." Um, so then after that, he got real pissy. Like so then he started setting up like a bot that every time Dirty Fox, because Dirty Fox is in his mid 20s, so he set up this bot to just spam chat with like Dirty Fox is a pedophile or some, and he's in his mid 20s and he's playing with a bunch of teenagers. He should go get a life. Meanwhile, he
Bruh.
has a job. He has a job, and so he only plays in his free time. Uh, and so he's setting up this bot every time Dirty Fox was online. It was spamming this, and so it got to the point where he got so pissed off. He's like, you know what? Because here's the thing. So Dirty Fox and Meaver somehow, I don't know how, but they got a hold of the Unbreakable Elytra. One of the reasons was because they traded a rare banner that had like 5 different layers on it that either Cineo or Zero BOP spawned in for them,
Yeah.
and so they traded it for an Unbreakable Elytra. So then they mistakenly gave one to Iwu just because to have around the base, because that's what they would do is that they'd fly around and use Schematica. So he's like, you know what? I'm gonna make the Unbreakable Elytra public. And so he starts mass duping it and placing it in shulkers all around spawn for newer players. And so yeah, that basically that's how the Unbreakable Elytra got spread. Um and then Cineo patched it along with all the other Unbreakables.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's the whole story behind that. I haven't told anybody that. Basically the people that were involved with that know that. Um which, like I said, I got permission to talk about this because, according to some people, it's a sensitive topic.
bruh.
But um, but yeah, that's the whole story behind that fiasco. It
That's
was it
pretty
was a
cool.
complete shit show.
Pretty
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, it was nuts, to say the least.
All right then. I don't know what else I could ask you. To be honest, I think we covered a lot. We covered
Yeah,
more than most people.
yeah,
But I want to give
catching
you.
my syndrome of not being able to talk.
Yeah, that's why I'm the
But you
interviewer.
were,
I don't have to talk that much.
yeah, yeah. But you were saying, sorry, I cut you off.
No, you're good. I want to give you some time right now to tell the community something. You know, whatever you wanna say.
Um, well, to the community, all I have to say is I wish there were more like community events like around Spawn. Uh,
Amen.
cause I really like I said I tend to keep to myself a whole lot on Zero B. Like I don't really talk to um a whole lot of players. I mean, I talk to some people just as a joke and in chat. Like I'll say like some goofy stuff. Um, but yeah, like that's really it. I keep to myself, and I wish there was more like stuff that went on around Spawn. I actually have something planned, which I need to get a few people behind. Uh, yeah, it'll be fun once once I can plan this and get this shit set up.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, that's really it. Is I wish there were like more community bases.
Yeah, I
Um,
agree.
because like I said, I keep to myself. With the same people, it gets boring after a while. So it'd be nice to see more people other than
Hmm.
going to spawn and killing the new fags that join.
Yeah.
Uh, because I do that whenever I'm bored. I did that last night. I was on with Joe Nathan and the Destroyer, and we're just going around spawn killing new fags
It's
because
always fun.
the Destroyer was bored. He goes, "Oh, new player, let's kill him." Like, okay. I'm like, okay, you spend your days griefing spawn by planting trees, and now you want to kill new players. All right, let's go kill them. But yeah, yeah,
Uh,
that's all I want to say to the communities. I wish there were more community events that went on.
okay then. All right then. That's it for this podcast.
All right.
So
Oh, and
mm, yeah,
yeah,
go ahead.
before I forget, I have to give you your gift.
Oh, another gift.
Yeah, I wrote a book for you.
No way. Do you want me to read this on?
No, no, you don't have to read it on. I mean, you can if you want. But
I'm.
yeah, it's I want to like told you, I wanted my interview to set some precedents, maybe some precedents.
Yeah.
Really, I wanted mine to be unprecedented. Like nobody gave you a banner or a book,
Yeah. Thank you very much. This is
so
very cool because I actually
I want
collect
you.
books, so I
You do or you
appreciate
don't?
this. Yeah, I do. I do.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, I have a collection myself.
Maybe I'll
I only
show
have 2 books, but
you.
one's from Cineo and the other's from Brita. But yeah, those are the only 2.
All right, then.
Um,
I think
but
that's
yeah,
it. That's it. Thank you
all
very
right.
much for the gifts and for
Yeah, no
actually
problem.
telling us about the stories instead of just saying like 2 words. Uh,
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, that's the one thing I can do real well is well, not real well, just decently. I can tell a pretty good story.
yeah, I was
I
pretty
mean, yeah,
interested.
I ramble on and on. Yeah,
oh,
I
this is
ramble
actually
on
good.
and on and go off topic like crazy,
I
but I
mean,
do like to tell stories.
hey, this is probably one of my favorite podcasts I've had. So thank you very
Oh,
much for
thank you,
that.
thank you. Hey, no problem.
All right
Yeah,
then.
thank you for having me on. This was a blast.
Okay then,
Yeah, look
guys.
forward to watching more in the future.
Yeah, it should be pretty cool. All right.
And can I say one more thing? One more thing.
Yeah, yeah. Go for it. Go for it.
All right, you guys better check out the Jack on the Craft channel. Check out like the completely autistic YouTube poops that are posted to that channel. There actually might be one posted like maybe a day or two after um this interview goes public because the destroyer will find it and he'll make like 5 different YouTube poops across his 80 YouTube channels because they all get banned for copyright reasons. So yeah, be sure to check it out and give me a subscribe if you want,
I'll,
if you
I'll
like the autism.
I'll leave his channel in the description if you guys want to check it out.
All right. Thank you, Silver. And yeah, yeah, thank you for having me. It was a blast.
All right then. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to see more 0B0T content, you guys can check out my channel. I have podcasts and history videos. And if you guys want to watch uh, Jack on the Crafts videos, check out the description. I'll put a link to his YouTube video in there. Go or to his YouTube channel in there. I would subscribe to him if I was you. But yeah, thank you so much for being a great guest, man.
Thanks for being a great host, Silver. It was a lot of fun.
All right, bye guys.
All right, see you guys.